Now we'll really start to finish out the look and feel of the 2014 theme. We'll revise the header navigation, making it appropriate for our fictitious photographer's website, as well as add more widgets to the footer. And we'll be keeping in mind that these are areas that remain visible on every page of the website. Let's get started. First, taking a look at the homepage of the website, I can see that there's plenty of room for a few different navigation items, and I don't need to use this drop down here. Let's go ahead and revise the menu. Let's use the customizer so that we can see our results as we change them. I'll open up menus, menu locations. Top primary menu is the header menu. So let's go ahead and look at the header menu, and I'll just move Contact Me back out and Portfolio as well. You can see what it looks like on the right side. That looks great. Speaking of Portfolio, that's a page that we haven't edited into a photo gallery yet, and we're going to do that in this video as well. Next, we'll go ahead and edit the footer area, and we have room to put 4 items here in the footer area. Let's leave the map. Let's put this Find Me widget that we made with the address and phone number down into the footer. And then 2 more text widgets that we can use for anything we want. Go ahead and pause the video now and set the footer up with 4 widgets. How'd that go? Well, I'm going to continue to use the customizer. And if I back out to the widgets area, I can see that in the footer widget area, I already have the Google Map plugin there. I can click Add a Widget. Let's choose a text widget. And I'm just going to use the word text as a placeholder. And content here, just so that I can see what it looks like. I'll just hit close. Add another text widget. Close that one. And then the other one I want to grab from up here in the in the content sidebar area. It's that text widget that says Find Me and has this content that I formatted right here. Now I'm just going to go ahead and save and publish this in the customizer so that I can go back into the widgets area under Appearance and just drag this text widget into a different widget area. Just a different place to edit the same content. So here's what I have in the footer widget area. The content sidebar has this Find Me widget, and I'm going to go ahead and put it maybe on the far left, and then the map next, and then these 2 text widgets we can use for anything we like. Let's take a look. As I refresh the page, I'll just scroll down to the very bottom. Don't forget, these footer widgets appear on every page of the website. Nice. 1, 2, 3, 4. And it looks good. Sometimes as we fill out and design a website using a certain theme, we need to make changes as we go. And you may have noticed that the map widget down here, this time, doesn't have the little infographic right here that had the address on it the same way that it did on the Contact Me page. Let's go ahead and look at that, and I'll show you why I did it and how I changed the footer widget to be different from the Contact Me widget. Since this map is larger, I've enabled the dragability of the widget so that people can find either a familiar location or where they are compared to where the location is. I also activated this info box so that it comes up automatically when the widget gets loaded. Also, when you click on it, it opens up the address and the name of the business. What I found was that at the footer map here, it opened up an info box, but it was blank. Somehow placing that map within the widget area didn't enable that address to be printed in there even though I had it selected. Sometimes you don't know what you're going to get in terms of using free plugins, which is why I do use premium plugins when I get a chance. And when we play in our WPDevCourse.com sandbox environment, you'll see that I do use a certain Google Maps plugin as a part of one of my premium plugin providers. But the difference is that I didn't make this map draggable, although I do have it zoomable using these buttons. And then if you click on the icon, it actually opens up a new window with the actual Google Map in full size with that address. So someone could get directions or anything they wanted. And the way I changed that was that really I just used the same map that we had used that was 200 pixels tall, but I just created a new location and I edited it a little bit to match what I wanted. This one I called Fireweed Photography No Info Window. And really, it's basically the same location where instead of a display info window, I had it selected to do a redirect, and I found that address inside of Google Maps. I just copied this URL and I placed it in here for the redirect URL. And then I unchecked this box for checking to enable the info window default open. And I saved it. Then, when I went into my map, I just chose that new marker instead of the other marker. So, under the map called Fireweed Footer, when I went down here to choose which marker, all I had to do was uncheck the old marker and check the new marker, which is showing the display a little bit differently. Next, I'm just going to edit this primary sidebar location. Instead of to show pages, I want to show the most recent posts. If you remember, we've chosen to show 3 recent posts on the home page, and we also have any posts that we tagged featured to show up top here. But what I want is to allow the user to find posts maybe a little bit older in this sidebar, which is present on every page. So let's go into Appearance Widgets again. And instead of pages, I'm just going to go ahead and pull that over and deactivate that sidebar. We'll leave a search window there, but I'm going to bring across the default Recent Posts widget. I might scroll that up to the 10 most recent posts, and I'll display the date they were posted. Click Save, and let's look at the result. Great, recent posts, and each one of those is clickable to the post. Finally, let's add a photo gallery to that portfolio page that we created. As you remember, we just used the lorem ipsum text to fill out the content just a little bit on that page. But now what we'll do is go into Pages Portfolio, and we'll use some of the sample images to create a photo gallery. Now, I might leave one paragraph about the photography business and about the portfolio and maybe where these images had come from, but then just below that, I might want to put a photo gallery in there. So within the post or page editing screen, you can click Add Media, and it'll place whatever you choose where the cursor was inside the window. But I'm not just going to add a single type or a single piece of media. I'm going to click Create a Gallery. Now it's showing me a window where I can choose any number of images. If I scroll down, I can go ahead and choose some of the sample images that were uploaded as a part of our content import. And notice as I click each one, the checkbox shows that I've selected it. So there's 6 selected, and then I can click Create a New Gallery. Now that will leave you up to a window where you have some gallery settings, and what you want to link to is, depending on what you want, you might link to none. If you link to the media file, it'll basically open the large version of the image inside the browser window. And an attachment page is a page that shows the permanent content like the header and the sidebar content and the title of the website, and then shows one image along with the caption. In the standard gallery, it's a number of columns. You can choose a random order, and you can choose what size you want the pictures to be. So let's leave it at thumbnail and attachment page. There we go. It shows us that this is going to look nice. If I have 6 images, each one is the thumbnail size, 150 pixels by 150 pixels, and I'll click Update. And let's take a look. Nice. There's a nice gallery page. If I click one of the images, it opens up that image's page, which is the file name or title of the image, and I can edit that in the media library if I want to. It also gives me a previous and a next button, which is nice for going through and looking at the images. In this lesson, you edited the header navigation buttons, changed the footer widgets, and revised the primary sidebar to show a list of recent posts. You also created an image gallery inside of the portfolio page and configured it to open larger images using their attachment pages. Next, we'll set up a category navigation to give visitors a way to browse defined sections of content through the category system.